What I do at Carbic, well, I'm part owner with my wife, Jenny, and I run the install department where she runs the design side of the business. I have 5 installers, and I manage those guys. I bid all the projects. I meet with customers and I meet with the designers to go over problem solving on projects when they're in the design phase. It's kind of in my blood. I take after my grandfather, who he could get into a piece of equipment that he'd never been in before and just start operating it. He could build things, he wasn't trained, and so I kind of have that same gene where I just kind of know how to do it. And I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and I didn't really know where I wanted to go in life when I was, in my late teens and early 20s, and then somebody, a friend of mine was a carpenter, and he said, hey, this company that I'm working for is hiring, you should come put in an application. So I did, and I became a framing carpenter, and it just escalated from there. I enjoy all aspects of carpentry. I didn't really realize that I loved framing when I was doing it, but it's very rewarding because you can take a pile of lumber and quickly just have a structure. It's very satisfying to just take a pile of wood and build something out of it. And the trim aspect, I love that. I love designing moldings and trimming out houses. And I like the details that you find in the old homes where people really sat down and put some thought into things. People walk into those homes and there's a wow factor. They just stand there and look all around and appreciate that. So I like recreating that. When I was a framing carpenter, we'd have days where it was raining and you're basically off work if it's raining or whatever the weather may be. A friend of mine was buying homes and renovating them, so I would go help him on the side on days where I was not working my job. And then I had the opportunity to buy my own house and renovate it and sell it, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I think I bought and renovated 30-something houses. And that's when I met Jenny through another, she was a kitchen and bath designer at another company, and we started dating, and she started referring projects to me, and instead of buying homes and renovating them, I started renovating kitchens and baths for her clients. And then we got married, and a year later we bought Carbic on our 1-year anniversary. So we have this amazing business. We hire amazing people. We have a great team. It's really great, and that's the key to our success. If I had to do it again today, I don't know that I would have it in me to do what we did. I mean, it was. I look back from a sensible, intelligent standpoint, like nothing that we did was really, nobody would do what we did. But we did it and it worked out, so. The favorite part of the job is the creativity. That's who I am as a person. I like to create things. That's the most rewarding part of it. I've got a lot of experience. I've done this too many times to even count. I've been doing it for 20 years. I know what to do. We have results over and over and over again. But you occasionally get the client that is like, well, no, this is the way it should be done. Well, we've done it that way and it didn't work for this number of reasons. And so it's really hard to make those types of clients happy because they're always questioning what you're doing and they think they know better, but they really don't. They don't have the experience that we have. One thing that's important that I want the customers to know is that we will be on your job site from start to finish. We're going to show up on day one and we're going to have guys that are working until your job is complete. If there's something to be done, my guys are going to be there working. There's other contractors who come in and they do a little bit and then they go over here and do this, and at another project we stay there and we are working on your job until it's done. We want the project to be perfect when it's done. I want everything to be as perfect as it can be. I don't want to walk in and I don't want my eye to catch any imperfection. I think I have a built-in level in my head. I can see imperfections as soon as I walk into a room. I can, if something is an 1/8 inch out of plumb or level, I see it and my eye is immediately drawn to imperfections. So when I walk into one of our projects and if one of my guys has installed something that is just a bit off, my guys laugh because they know. I walk in and if I'm standing there staring at something, they know that it's probably not right and they just got busted. A few tips that I could give would be to choose the right team. Pick someone who has worked together before. We are involved in a lot of projects where we just sell the material and the homeowner goes and gets their own contractor, and that contractor is working there, and then there's an electrician or a plumber or painter or somebody, a whole bunch of people that have never worked together before, and there's a lot of fighting that goes on. There's a lot of people throwing each other under the bus. It happens all the time. We see projects go wrong because one contractor wants to look like a hero to the homeowner at the expense of the homeowner's happiness. Another tip that I have would be to be patient. If you want your project done right, it takes time. And sometimes it takes more time than we anticipated, and that's at our expense. But we're dedicated to seeing that the project is done right in the end. And I don't want you to call me back for any other reason other than to come over and say hello and have a nice visit. I don't want you calling me back to say, hey, this is wrong, this broke, or whatever it may be. I don't want to send guys back to your house ever to have to fix things. I just want it done right the first time, and that's it.